Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. The three, steps back, crossover, puts up a three. Rebound James. Seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Cleveland! This is for you!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Block, The Shot, The Stop, a Cleveland Cavaliers podcast brought to you by the Blue Wire Podcast Network. Tonight, I have Tim with me. Tim, even though the game was meaningless to us, it was still a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was a really fun game, and hats off to the Cavs backup unit really stepping in and taking care of business. You and I were kind of talking about it on air without trying to spoil the episode for each other, but I think we're both in the agreement that we feel better about the Cavs coming out of this game, even with a loss. So,
yes, I remember telling you that out of all the people in the playoffs, I'd like to avoid the Pacers the most. I think this game kind of changes my feelings about that. So for anybody that didn't get to watch the game or just tuning in for us now, thank you. And the Cavs rested all of their starters besides Jared Allen. And honestly, Jared Allen is just out there to get the 82-game Iron Man.
Yeah.
So they rested all of their starters, all backups and third stringers tonight against a completely healthy Indiana Pacers team who started everybody. And the game was pretty close throughout, but the Cavs felt like they really dominated this game. They were the ones in control of the pace and everything throughout this game. And then it just came down to kind of the clutch time here at the fourth quarter where Indiana was able to kind of pull out and pull away the victory for their end.
Yeah, I mean, really until they make that 12-0 run there at the end of the third. I mean, it felt like it was Cleveland's game to win. And even that, I don't really care that they lost it because, like you said, it's a win-win for Cleveland. It's great. Like, you win, awesome. You lose, your dude showed up to play and showed that, like, you can count on them. And I think that's kind of more important to me than, especially at this point, considering like the number one seed's locked up, and this game means far more to the Pacers than it does the Cavs, as the Pacers clinch the 4th seed tonight. Though that also means a date with Giannis in the playoffs. So, good luck to that. Which if Giannis beats the Pacers, then that's a date for the Cavs in the second round as well. But I digress. It's going to be a really fun postseason, and I thought that tonight was just like all positivity for both teams, really. Just kind of like, all right, so the Indiana showed they're a playoff team, and Cleveland showed that their backups also can be trusted in a playoff game. So I did crack up they showed when Javonte Green misses the first of those 2 threes with the chance to tie the game, they show that guy doing the Reggie Miller choke thing, and I'm like, dude, I get it. Like, look, I'm the guy who comes on here every episode when the Cavs beat some team has like out 2 or 3 guys, and I say like, that team also has an NBA jersey on their patch as well. NBA patch on their jersey as well. So I have no issues whatsoever if Pacers fans are celebrating this win. They should. But also, let's kind of, in big principle, this game didn't mean anywhere near as much to Cleveland as it did Indiana.
No, but I do think this ironically helps the Cavs.
I do too.
Because Indiana is still in that mix for the 3 seed. And just kind of the playoff shuffling behind them and who the second round opponent is likely to be. I do think that this helps the Cavs in the grand scheme of the picture. And we still have one more game against these guys.
Because Detroit beat the Knicks tonight. So
yes,
that means there's a 1-game difference in the 3 seed. I don't know what the tiebreaker is between Indiana and New York, but certainly.
I think they said on the broadcast that Indiana has to win out and New York has to lose out.
Yeah, so they have Orlando on Friday, Indiana does, and then Cleveland on Sunday. So
I think the Knicks, who do they have left? I thought
Cleveland.
They played Boston once more. Oh, Cleveland, and then schedule. Boston or Cleveland, and then Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
realistically, tomorrow's game means more to Cleveland. If you want, like, they can control kind of the seeding around everybody and control who they face in the playoffs, especially in the second round. So maybe we see the starters tomorrow. Maybe we see I don't know. Maybe we see the starters tomorrow. I'm okay if we don't, though.
I would think they would probably play like 15 minutes or so. Or maybe it's something like tonight with like Jerome and Merrill, where play good minutes, but when the game kind of got down closer and closer to the end, they didn't go back in. Well, Johnny Bryant was just like, you guys did your thing tonight. Just go chill. But yeah, I would definitely imagine they probably would play tomorrow in the sense that I think they want that Knicks sweep. So yeah. And then, Sunday you can just go out there and play the G League guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of different ways. You don't really know how Kenny's going to be looking at this. He might just not play anybody just to keep them super fresh and ready.
The rest versus rust debate in different terms is what we're having here. So
yeah, it is. And you brought up, I actually didn't recognize that Sam Merrill didn't finish the game. I knew Ty Jerome didn't finish the game, and I know Jared Allen didn't finish the game. So you got to feel real good about the Cavs. So like those guys didn't play the second half basically, and still were within 2 of winning this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really probably should have won the game, but I'm not going to get here and complain about tonight because like I said, big picture, they did what they had to do tonight. So let's get to some of the individual performances, man. I mean, it was a great game. It was really fun to watch, even if it didn't mean anything like you said, but like some Cavs showed out tonight.
Yeah, they did. We can start with you want to start with DeAndre Hunter?
Yeah. Let's start there. I thought he was awesome tonight.
Yeah, he really showed up, and especially starting tonight, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Yeah, and it was on fire in some stretches of this game. 3 of 7 from 3 for overall. But I thought he was awesome. I mean, really kind of stepped in and took advantage of things. You kind of thought, I mean, the spread in this game was 9.5. Right. Yeah. In favor of Indiana, of course, because Cleveland sat their guys, which Reggie Miller and Kevin Harlan made fun of on the broadcast. So I appreciated that. But yeah, it was just interesting that, Hunter took advantage of getting bigger minutes than he normally has. And also, by the way, even with a shorter rotation tonight, Skylar, no one played 35 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter played the most with
32. Yeah, right under 32.
So yeah, I mean, this is encouraging, but I think a lot of it has to do with his court mate and Ty Jerome. I mean, when those two are on the floor together, they just seem to have this chemistry to find each other and play so like seamlessly with each other. And I think they had a big reason why they went out and got DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having that chemistry those two have from their time together, they've already won a championship together in college. Certainly kind of adds to that. And then, I don't know, should we use this as the seamless transition into Ty Jerome's game?
But hey, that's exactly what the lead-in was.
Yeah, he was awesome again. I mean, and played very limited minutes, but the clip comes out today from our websites, from our socials about how we have him why he should be the 6th man of the year. And tonight he was again incredibly awesome. 24 points, 6 assists, 25 minutes played, 4 of 6 from 3. He was great. And only 2 turnovers. Yeah, I mean, couldn't ask for more. And you could definitely tell how much Indiana appreciated when they took him out of the game.
Yeah, Reggie Miller was very happy whenever Ty Jerome came out of the game also. I mean, he just simply, ran the offense symphonically. Was such a contributor. I like that word. Thank you. Such a contributor just on the shooting side, shooting from deep. I mean, there was a stretch there. I don't know if he was in that stretch. I think the stretch was in the fourth quarter, but both teams just going back and forth with threes. I mean, it was a shootout there, either in the third quarter or fourth quarter. I can't remember when that was, but Boy.
Yeah, I think it was the third. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, Jerome was great. I thought that tonight just kind of another notch on his belt for why he should really be the sixth man of the year, and all the betting sites are stupid.
Well, I don't know if you saw Darius Garland's comments about defensive player of the year and how all the betting sites are stupid, and the only reason that Draymond Green, I mean, this is paraphrasing, but the only reason that Draymond Green is favored is because he has a platform where he said he would vote for himself.
Yep.
Oh, to any Cavs fans out there that haven't seen the clip, we'll repost it on our socials, but it's pretty telling that, like, it's pretty telling when, you know, you got guys saying, like, look at the personal fouls. He's averaging less fouls than Draymond Green, more blocks than Draymond Green, more deflections than Draymond Green. Guards 1 through 5. He's not up there hacking away at guys.
Yeah.
What more does he need to do to solidify that he is the defensive player of the year?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Believe me, as I said, I haven't shied away from it. And I've said it for a long time. So
I don't know. It's getting under my skin that, I mean, it's just blatantly disrespectful in my eyes.
oh, sorry. Yeah.
I figured your sound went out or something.
Yeah. But yeah, it definitely is, and it needs to be fixed if that's gonna be the case. Sam Merrill tonight, incredible.
Really we got a game to finish talking about.
Yeah. So,
yeah, Sam Merrill came out. I mean, just shooting the lights out from 3. I mean, which is good to see, and I think with him getting shorter minutes at the end of the game, I wonder if that's kind of a key to, you know, Sam Merrill is going to get a good chunk of playoff minutes when those come around.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he definitely is. I mean, you know, that 3-point shooting ability, the defense that he plays, his playmaking tonight had 4 assists. You have no reason to not play him when this team's going to need it. So,
I mean, it's hard to tell who's going to get the shorter minutes when we get to the playoff time. And it might be no one. It might, you know,
yeah.
Kenny might go 12 deep.
I don't see it. I don't think it's going to make sense because of how the playoffs are played completely different. But you have a hard time deciding from the 12 who's going to be cut from the rotation. So, yeah.
It's going to be, I mean, I'm glad that's Kenny's problem to solve, not ours. But
yeah.
All right. Where do you want to go from here?
Kind of thought I was about to talk about Craig Porter Jr. for a second. I thought he was really good tonight.
Yeah.
Kind of got to put his athleticism on for the national media tonight, and I thought that was really awesome. Just thought that he played really well when it was his turn to kind of run the offense after Jerome got taken out of the game. I thought he was awesome. I mean, he did 16 points, had some really, really nice plays to add to his mixtape. Some really cool buckets, some really nice layups that he was kind of making things happen. Hit a nice, really nice 3. I know it was only 3 of the game, but I thought he was really good tonight. Yeah, just really, really sound performance for him. And, you know, Kevin's been talking about it all the year about like next year, he's going to be a really big contributor to this team. And this was the beginning of it for sure.
Yeah. One thing I really liked when Craig Porter got his opportunities and got his chances is that he drove to the basket. Like, he was aggressive in how he got baskets and how he got to the hole, which is kind of refreshing, especially this late in the season. Guys aren't, you know, they're not trying to get hurt. Right. And so to see Craig Porter Jr. kind of attack the basket as best he could, that was really great to see tonight.
Yeah, him. I mean, Okoro I thought was really good tonight as well. Tristan Thompson had nice minutes. I mean, Tristan Thompson kind of leads to the Kenny Atkinson ejection, which for the record, I thought Kenny was 100% justified with his argument in that situation there and should have defended his players the way he did. So I love how that happened. But yeah, I thought those two also made nice impressions for this game. So I know we just kind of said that the 12 deep thing. I can't imagine Tristan Thompson getting playoff minutes. If he is, something went wrong.
Something went terribly, terribly wrong if that's the case. And I know Kevin had a joke in our group chat that even Kenny was taking the night off for resting up for the playoffs tonight.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure that rest is coming with a big old fine.
Yeah, it probably is. But I kind of liked what Reggie kind of said in there, because Reggie Miller was like, who's obviously the greatest pacer of all time, is like, yeah, he's right. And he goes as far as to say something to the extent of like, it's like, these officials are also getting like judged. The top 30 officials are the ones that get picked for the postseason. So these games matter for them. And tonight was definitely not a game that those guys helped themselves. So
I love when Reggie calls the game. He's such a good game caller, and he's so smart. And
he'll be great on the NBC broadcast next year for sure.
Is everybody going over there, or are they still kind of like picking and choosing who's going?
So Amazon is going to have Blake Griffin, and I can't remember who else, but yeah, Reggie Miller is going to be the Sunday NBA on NBC guy. So
okay, and the
inside the NBA guys are going to ESPN.
That's what I thought. Okay,
yeah, which I don't know.
I didn't think it was too bad. I saw there was a Cavs account that tweeted out about Shaq's suit looking like a casino floor, and Shaq's rebutted or whatever, and the guy was like, "Oh man, Shaq cooked me." It was so funny. It's fun to see little like interactions like that with, especially like Cavs fans. So I like seeing the games on NBA or on national media for reasons like those.
Yeah.
And I think the Cavs have earned the national media's respect this year. And definitely not at the beginning of the year, but at this point of the year, I think they might be one of the favorites to win it all, which feels right. Like they should be one of the favorites, even by national media standards.
If you lose less than 20 games, you're a finals favorite. Let's just kind of call it what it is. Yeah. So I don't have I can pull the odds real quick, but
yeah, we should look at the odds. Because I think I'm trying to at the beginning of the year, I said we'll have 2 award winners on this team.
They have the third best odds to win the finals, plus 500.
I would say Boston and OKC.
Yeah. And then fourth is the Lakers, tied actually for fourth with Golden State at plus 1,700.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a big drop between Cleveland and LA and Golden State. So
I'm kind of surprised that they're pumping up OKC as much as they are.
I wouldn't be. They're really good.
I mean, I know they're really good, but you and I have talked about it all the time, how the Cleveland's getting you got to prove it. You got to prove it.
I agree with you.
But OKC doesn't get that, though.
Yeah, it's 1,000% my point every time that they come up. But yeah, I mean, they also have 13 losses this year, so pretty solid team.
Yeah, and what's terrifying about
hard to find a flaw in them. Yeah,
they're hard to find a flaw, and then they still have so much assets and cap space and everything to get even better. That's terrifying.
Had the Clippers not been good this year and had a top 10 pick, that pick would have gone to OKC, which means there was a possibility OKC could have won the lottery with the team they already had. Thank gosh that's not happening, because oh my gosh, that'd been brutal.
Yeah, I mean, here's a crazy conspiracy here. Kevin Durant goes back to the Thunder.
I kind of want that to happen.
How great would that team be?
Yeah. So while we're on the subject, so we have an idea. These are the NBA Finals matchup odds. Cleveland versus OKC, plus 370. Cleveland versus the Lakers, plus 2,000. Cleveland versus Golden State, plus 2,300. Cleveland versus Denver, plus 3,000. Cleveland versus the Clippers, plus 4,400. Cleveland versus Minnesota, plus 6,500. Cleveland versus Houston, plus 7,000. And Cleveland versus Memphis, plus 17,000. So I would say it's pretty interesting odds on all of those. I don't hate that Cleveland versus Lakers one if the Lakers can find a way to get a couple series.
I feel like that would be a win-win for kind of Cavs fans in general.
Yep.
I mean, you lose, LeBron gets his 5th ring. That still, I feel like every Cavs fan still holds value in LeBron stock.
Yeah, you win, you beat LeBron.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, we're hoping for a win because Cleveland championship parades, I've only experienced one, are fantastic.
Yeah, I would like to experience a championship parade. I would definitely enjoy that.
Cool. So do you want to look ahead to tomorrow night against the Knicks?
I'm just curious to see who's going to play and who's not going to play, because that's really just going to determine how the game goes. So
fair. The game tomorrow is in New York, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think they close out at home on Sunday.
Yeah. So it is in New York.
Yep. Mitchell probably plays regular season game. Regular season game in the Garden. He probably plays.
Yeah, Mitchell might play. I'm sure it'll be minimal minutes. I'm sure.
Yeah.
They'll cap him 25 minutes or something like that. Even with everybody out, they still have the Cavs at a 53% on ESPN. And they're counting Mitchell, Garland, Strus, Mobley, everybody out.
Interesting.
And I mean, I guess they're also counting out OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson. So, which I don't know. I think those guys just rested tonight.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet, but probably I'd say so. This late in the year, Detroit clinched their playoff spot tonight too. So,
I think that all of the East is
everyone's clinched, but so basically right now there's a couple teams still battling for position. 8, 9, and 10 for the play-in can all. Those 3 teams are still kind of figuring out who's going to go where between Chicago, Atlanta, and Miami, because Orlando has clinched to 7. So no chance of Cavs Magic round 1.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, if they could beat Boston, it won't hurt my feelings. So,
I mean,
but
before we get out of here, I mean, maybe we can look at kind of. I know the Cavs road, but I mean, look at Boston's road. They're going to get the Magic in the first round, potentially the who's. Let me pull it up. NBA standings.
So possibly get the Magic, because the Magic have to win that game.
Oh, that's right. They get
the
second of whoever. That's right. All right. I'm still trying to remember the play-in. It's still a little too new for me. So yes, they would get, the winner of probably the winner of the at right now, the winner of the Hawks and Bulls, right?
Yeah. If that were to happen.
Okay.
No. Wait. 7 and 8 play, and then 9 and 10 play. And then the winner of 7 goes on to the 2 seed. The loser of 7, 8 plays the winner of 9, 10 for the last spot. So
right, that's right. Okay, so either that
anything's possible between those 3. Yeah, just they can't play Orlando.
They could play Orlando.
Oh yeah, they could play Orlando. Yeah.
So I like it if the Celtics have to face the Magic, because I think the Magic are better than the Hawks or the Bulls. And so I like the Magic. And then who after that they would face Detroit or Detroit. Yeah, I gotta look at the playoff tree.
Well, anyway, we could do that for tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, otherwise we'll be sitting here a while. But let's go ahead and we'll be back to talk about that tomorrow again after the Knicks game.
Yeah, that sounds way better than me sitting here fumbling around trying to figure it out. All right, so with that, we're going to get out of here. If you are checking us out for the first time, please give us a like, a subscribe. It really helps us. We love to interact with Cavs fans. If you're listening to us on an audio format, give us a 5-star review. That's super helpful for us. Comment, find us on social media. We love to interact with fans. Thank you to Blue Wire for giving us the keys to the kingdom over here. And with that, we'll go on and get out of here.
Go Cavs.